Hey everyone! Today's video is all about posture. I don't know about you, but I have definitely noticed my posture is slipping a little bit with a lot of the sitting and lounging that I'm doing since I'm home so much. So I thought I'd create this video. I'm hoping this will help you. We're going to tackle a couple different things. So one is if you've got an anterior pelvic tilt going. So this is, I'm going to exaggerate this, but this is when you've got the banana back going. So this is when you're kind of walking around more like this. So I think when you're going like this, I kind of do this a little bit. So something that I'm actively working on. The other thing is a lot of us are hunching. So because we're in front of computers, we're kind of walking around like this. And then the other one is walking around like a turtle. So Dave's been doing this a lot. So, so it's looking like this. So what we're going to do is we've got a bunch of exercises to sort of counter all of that. You won't need any props. The only thing you will need is we are going to do a posture sort of training exercise, which will require a wall. So I've got my window here, so my lucky neighbors get to see me planted against the wall or the window. So feel free to use whatever you have, whether it's a window, a wall, something that's a nice flat surface is perfect. And when you're ready, let's go. All right, to get started, we're going to do a little bit of neck and a little bit of shoulders. So what I want you to do is just find any comfortable seated position. So I am on my shins, but feel free to take cross-legged or whatever feels good for your body today. You can even be in a chair, really. You can be on the couch, doesn't matter, just something where you can be relaxed. So what we're going to do is just some shoulder rolls. So just rolling the shoulders back, just trying to get in there. A lot of times with our posture, our shoulders and our neck are just so tight from, again, hunching or just various positions that we're doing when we're seated. So just breathing here, coming backwards, and then rolling forwards. So let's try the other way. Notice if this feels different. Different doesn't have to be a bad thing. So just any kind of differences that you might be noticing. And just breathing here. All right. From here, we're going to take our hands behind us and clasp the hands, bringing, opening up in the shoulders here, bringing the shoulders down, opening up through the chest. And then from here, we're just going to give a nice stretch. So bringing the hands towards the ceiling and just seeing what this feels like. So I'll turn this way just so you can see what this looks like. So really opening up here and just breathing through any tension that you might be feeling. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Switching the clasp here, other way. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. All right. Shaking out the shoulders. Hopefully they're feeling a little bit more open. From here, what we're going to do is a little bit of neck work. So what we're going to do is just take the hand above the ear and just bring that the neck or the ear down towards the shoulder. Just nice, simple. We're going to take the other hand, just place it under the glute, just to help bring that shoulder down. Just opening up here through the head, through the neck. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale and exhale. All right, switching here. So other side and other side. So bringing one hand under the glutes, bringing one hand over the ear, and just breathing here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. All right, from here, what we're going to do is come into a lunge. So what I'd like you to do is just bring one foot between the palms, and then just nicely, we're going to come up. So here, it doesn't really matter what you're doing with your foot. You can either have the toes tucked or not. Feel free, if the knees are feeling a little sensitive, maybe just sort of folding the mat here. Hands, again, this doesn't really matter what you do with your hands. They can be on your waist, they can be on your knee, they can even do a shoulder stretch if that feels good. And even if you want to work your arms, go into active. So just find something that feels good. Now, what I want you to think about when we're going into this lunge is I really want you to worry about firing up that core. So I want you to fire the core up and I want you to tuck that tailbone under. So this is what's gonna help with that banana back. So it's that activation of sort of coming into more of a neutral sort of core. And so that's what I want you to focus on. So this is gonna start firing up your hip flexors here, and you should feel this in the inner thigh as well. So just a little bit. This shouldn't feel like a super intense stretch, but it should feel, you should feel it. So however you wanna hold this, we're gonna hold this here for 5. So inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. That's 2. Inhale and exhale. That's 3. Inhale and exhale. That's 4. And lastly, inhale and exhale. That's 5. All right, coming back onto your knees, we're gonna just switch sides. So same sort of rules apply. The only thing I would say is whatever you did on the first side, let's do the same thing just to balance it out. So again, I want you to think about really sort of pushing in that tailbone. I want you to think about firing up that core. I want you to think about sort of a neutral spine here, neutral core. So just tucking everything in. And in the process, you should feel this in your inner thigh, and you should feel your hip flexor going. So again, hands don't really matter. So whatever you feel like, whatever you want to do with the feet is also fine. But just pick whatever you did on the first side, balance it out. And again, we're going to hold this for 5. So inhale and exhale. That's 1. Inhale and exhale. That's 2. Inhale and exhale. That's 3. Inhale and exhale. That's 4. Inhale and exhale. That's 5. All right, coming out of this. So we're only going to do this once on each side. I would recommend doing it a couple times on each side, especially if you're really noticing that you have that sort of banana back, because that'll really just train your core to sort of go back into that neutral position instead of this sort of banana back, which is so common, by the way, especially if you're sitting a lot. It's just because your hip flexors are very tight, your IT bands are very tight, everything, sort of your quads are tight, which is just pushing everything so that now you're kind of going into banana back. Okay, so from here, we're gonna do some pelvic tilts. So this looks really funny, and I hate that I'm doing this on camera, but I'm doing it for you. So anyways, we're gonna come on our backs here. And then from here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do 20 of them. So see if you can reach your heels behind you. And all we're gonna do is just tilt our pelvis. So again, this is really like, think about this as training for your pelvis so that, you're basically trying to train your core so that you're coming back into that neutral position, trying to build those muscles. So when you're ready, we're just going to tuck the tailbone and then bring it down. Tuck it and then bring it down. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4, activating the legs. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay, so just windshield wiping the legs here, let it go. We're gonna go in a bridge from here. Now, again, if you are feeling like you do have some of those symptoms from your anterior pelvic tilt, I would recommend doing a few more rounds of those pelvic tilts, maybe up to 3. Also, these are really good exercises to sort of add in every few days. Again, if you've got that anterior pelvic tilt, this will just help you get that core and everything back to neutral. All right, from here, we're gonna go into bridge. So just touching the back of the heels here, and then bringing those hips up. I want you to activate the legs, activate the glutes, your core is fired up, and your pelvis is tilted. So from here, we're just gonna hold this for 5. Inhale and exhale. You can even think about bringing a band in between the legs, bringing the knees together, so you don't want them splaying out or too much in. They should be nice and neutral. So sorry, I'm gonna start that count again. So inhale and exhale, that's 1. Inhale and exhale, that's 2. Inhale and exhale, that's 3. Inhale and exhale, that's 4. Inhale and exhale, that's 5. Coming back down, and again, just windshield wiping the legs here. So again, I would recommend doing that a few times. We're just gonna do it 1 time just for this purpose. All right, from here, we're going to come to standing, and we're gonna go to the wall. So I'm just gonna reposition my mat here. And so from here, what we're going to do is first we're going to stretch our arms all the way to the top of the wall. So you might notice that you have a gap, or maybe you are lucky and you actually are sort of pretty nice up against the wall. So actually, before we get our arms up, let's just see how we feel against the wall. So you want to get your heels, they may not touch sort of directly on the wall, but you want to just try and get your back up on the wall and just get everything nice and flat, and just observe to see what this feels like. So with perfect posture, you would basically have sort of your chest is going to be open, your shoulders are going to be down, and this is going to feel nice and relaxed. The reason why this is really important is, you know, if you're constantly digging into your back with banana back, or if you're sort of hunched over, or if you're doing this sort of turtle stuff, then what's going to happen is over time, it's really going to impact you as you age. So it's going to start, you know, your muscles are going to start forming, and it's going to really impact. So you might start feeling arthritis, you might start feeling other pain, other tension, and over time, it's actually going to change the shape of your body. The other thing that's really important when it comes to posture is that people associate good posture with better connection, which is kind of funny. But if your shoulders are back and your chest is open and your shoulders are back and it's relaxed, then actually what happens is, you know, you appear to be more relaxed, and it's actually your ability to connect is a lot better, which is kind of funny, but there's a lot of research behind this. So this is why, you know, it's not only important for you for good health in terms of, you know, just making sure that as you're aging, you're not causing extra issues that you might have later on. But the other piece of it is, you know, just making sure that, you know, just your ability to connect. Who doesn't want to connect with more people and to connect better with people? And so it's kind of funny that, you know, doing this is going to help. So anyways, back to this. So what we're going to do is, again, getting your shoulders up. Now I want you to think about activating the core here. So I want you to think about sort of tucking that tailbone. I want you to think about engaging the core. And then finally, what we're going to do is cactus our arms. So I'm going to move over because I'm hitting this handle here. But what I want you to do is cactus your arms. And I want you to just drag your arms to straight and then back. Again, core is going to be active here, trying to get the lower back a little closer to the wall. And then bringing it down. We're going to do this 2 more times. Just see what this feels like. This might feel ridiculously hard. This might feel ridiculously easy. So just see what this feels like. Coming up, and then coming back down. All right, from here, what I want you to do is we're going to step off the wall just for a sec, and we're actually going to just fold. So I want you to just come down into any forward position. Next, what I want you to do is walk again towards the wall. And I want you to sort of get your butt against the wall. Come as close to the wall as you can. So from here, what I want you to do is we're just going to slowly, so maybe coming just slightly off the wall, because depending on your butt, like mine, it's pushing me off. And so you don't want to fall. You want to feel quite stable. And all we're going to do is we're going to very, very slowly come up, vertebrae by vertebrae, as slowly as you can. And we're going to come back to standing against the wall. So slow, slow, slow. Eventually, so stepping again towards the wall, and then slowly bringing the shoulders down and back. Chest is open against the wall. So here, this is actually your perfect posture. So this is kind of interesting because this is, how your body should feel like, but often this isn't actually how we're walking around. So just breathing here, noticing what this feels like. Just breathing. All right. So now that we know what it should feel like, I hope that was pretty interesting for you. There's one more exercise that I would like to do, and that's just working on the chin. So this is gonna help if you've got that sort of turtleneck that we were talking about. So what I want you to do is think about bringing the shoulders down and opening up here through the chest. And all we're gonna do is sort of go, bring the chin out and then back in. Out and in. Out and in. Depending on your neck, depending on how this feels, this might not feel like much, or it might feel a lot. So just see what this feels like. So we'll do this a few more times. So out and in, out and in, out and in, out and in. All right. That is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that was some good tips and tricks to help sort of counter some of the posture issues that we're experiencing with sitting so much. I would recommend, especially the ones that are feeling, it feels like it's really working for your body. Try to include these a few times a week, especially if you're sitting at your desk. Maybe take a break, 5-minute break, and just sort of practice some of these things. This will really, really help. This will help you feel better. It'll also help you feel more energized. And again, it'll, if it's not just for your health, it's also to help you connect better with other people, and who doesn't want that? So anyways, thank you everyone. I hope you enjoyed this. As always, if you haven't subscribed and you like this content, definitely hit subscribe, definitely hit the bell, hit all, so you're getting all of our updates as we're uploading new content. I love hearing from you, so please comment, let me know what you think, let me know what you want to see. Definitely like. It definitely helps us to stay motivated when we see that you're enjoying the content. And also we do have a website, we do have an Instagram, both are movewithjen.ca, so definitely check those out. We're posting on Instagram daily, and our website is just basically a collation of everything that we're doing, plus it has some blog posts and a monthly newsletter that we send out. So again, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this and enjoy the rest of your day. Namaste.